Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Naturally Shattered, where we are doing some crazy stuff with some crazy players, and I love every minute of it. Thank you for joining us this wonderful Sunday. We hope you're having a wonderful weekend, and we hope this wraps it up nice and neatly with a little bow for you. So let's jump right on into where we left off last episode, so many moons ago. Our party had arrived at the city of Hester. It was a wonderful, bustling city with blacksmith's forge roaring strong, lots of people kind of wandering the streets. And our players had finally felt a sense of somewhat being free from the life that they were destined to do. So now they can create a destiny of their own. And that begins here in this lovely walled city, to which our players manage to convince some guards through trading and very pretty speech crafting to let them in without paying an exuberant fee. So, that is where we open our wonderful episode. All of you are standing on the city side of the gate, which has been closed behind you by the guards. And on our lovely roll 20, which our viewers cannot see, but our players can, we have quite a few buildings to explore. But the question is, what do you do now?
I'm going to say Chip would probably start just kind of examining the area, people watching, really, which probably for the group is a nice change of pace because they are not the people.
I feel like that's probably accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Seamus would have remembered somebody said something about the leatherworking that he did, and there was a person he was supposed to go see about work, I guess.
I do remember that.
Unfortunately, I don't remember what the name of the person was.
I think they said we were supposed to go talk to Bowen at Hester's Goods, who might have some work for us.
Yep. That's what I got too.
Should we go talk to Bowen?
I'm
Let us
down.
away.
Sounds like a good place to start.
Chip probably slowly follows behind, just keeping an eye on the people around and trying to study them.
Okay. So the people of Hester are they're taking notice of you because obviously you are fresh faces to this place, but they are kind of keeping guard to themselves. They're not really trying to make active conversation or eye contact with Chip, for that matter. Even though Chip hasn't blinked in like the last 30 minutes.
No, he blinks too much.
Oh, he's blinking too much.
He's probably
He's sending Morse code.
Yes, basically.
All right. So you all head into Hester's Goods. You see it's a pretty small shop, kind of cramped. There's quite a few goods just like all laying about on the counters that take up half of the room. Bowen is a Norethel who is dressed in fine purple clothes and like very regal attire. But you see that a lot of the stuff in here is for leatherworking, hole punches and leather straps, things of that nature. There's a bunch of furs as well. And he looks at all of you and says, "Oh, great, more riffraff. What can I do for you today?"
I believe you have work for us.
I do not recall even meeting you before.
The guy at the thing said so.
The guy at the thing. How eloquently put. So glad to have been graced with that information.
He
I'm
liked
gonna
my
elbow
cloak.
my way in now. I'm gonna be like, "Hi." So we met some people over at the entrance here, and he said that you could use a little help with some work because this guy here, and I'm patting Seamus really hard, and I'm like, he does some really good work with some like fur and whatnot stuff, and I'm like, show him your cloak.
I put the hood up.
See, look. Wonderful, right? You want this kind of stuff in your store, don't you?
That is a wonderfully made cloak. I cannot deny that. It does look quite spectacular.
I think while this is going on, Chip would just kind of be scouting out the shop, looking at what's around, see if there's anything interesting.
Okay.
Probably
I'm
quietly too, not stealthily, but just quietly.
Yeah.
I'm keeping
Okay.
an eye on Chip, just kind of supervising from afar.
It's probably a good idea.
Celeste's got like the little monkey backpack at the ready.
Yep.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but presently I have no work. However,
Aw.
over at the smithy, the master smith named Leandar, he has some work. I've been hearing him asking around town. And yeah, quite frankly, I don't think anyone else has been very receptive. The work is a bit beneath them.
I like to hit things.
Oh, then this
Well-
could, in fact, be right up your alley.
Perhaps it would be right for riff-raff such as us.
Indeed.
Seamus actually already left because he was told there's some place he can go hit things. So he's already looking for it.
I'll start chasing after him, and I'm just gonna call back over my shoulder. Okay.
Oh,
To
okay.
buy some stuff.
We have to what? You were too far away. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna follow you, and I'm gonna call over to the shopkeeper in Hester's Good and be like, "Thanks for the information. We'll see you soon to buy some stuff."
Oh, I absolutely count the minutes.
Chip will be leaving awkwardly later than everyone else, and just I don't know if he backs up as he leaves staring at him, but it feels like it. Like
I
that
just
kind of
wait for-
moment.
Like everybody's left and you're just sitting there staring at the guy and then you
Yep.
just start slowly backing up out of it.
Yeah, basically.
Awesome.
I'm just waiting for Chip in the doorway going, "Come on, Chip, let's go."
So he'll leave very slowly and backwards.
I'm so glad someone else is on the receiving end of Chip's nonsense rather than us for a change.
You're all boring to him right now. That's the problem. There's
That-
new.
That was absolutely terrifying.
Dahlia, where is the place where we hit things?
So as you come out of the shop and you follow, as an old TV commercial once said, you follow your nose.
What TV commercial was that? Leandaro's?
Leandaro's.
Yeah.
You
He
make
was
your
my
way
favorite
to the
turtle.
smithy. As you enter the shop, you're immediately met with just the raw heat from the forge. Easily thousands of degrees. That would be Fahrenheit.
Thank you.
Don't want to get that confused. Thousands of degrees centigrade would be rough.
Mhm.
Behind the shop counter, you can hear the grunts and the sound of iron clanging on iron. Just that familiar sound of hammer on steel. And as you enter in, the door has like one of those little like bells on it that does like ding. And turning around, you see a massive giant, like an actual giant, in the realm of 18 feet tall or so. However, what you notice right off the bat is that this particular giant has been doing all of his forging and everything like that from his wheelchair. As he rolls around the counter, he simply says, hello there. How may old Leander help you?
I think Chip would actually be walking past the group to look at this person and just staring up and down, inspecting them.
The bell noise made Seamus happy, so he's like
Still
opening
playing with it.
He's still playing with it, yeah.
Poor Celeste.
Ding, 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 ding.
Every time it clings, Celeste just like cringes just a little bit.
Yeah.
She's kind of
You've got
twitching.
two now. Two
He's
you
doing
have
it
to
good.
take care of.
He's
Mhm.
doing it, guys. It makes a very nice sound. I like this.
I want this sound.
How long have you been forging like this?
Oh, many, many, many years.
Do
Um,
you see a lot of customers?
Not as of late. The customer base of, travelers has declined in the least recent years.
A shame.
I concur.
Why has there been a decline?
I wish I could answer that. I honestly have no idea. The travelers have just kind of dried up. We used to be quite the hub here, but over the years, the past, I'd say, decade, gradually the numbers have just dwindled and dwindled. And what's worse, even the residents of Hester have begun moving away themselves, looking for better opportunities at larger cities.
That's a shame.
so
Uh,
I'm gonna like take a look around the store, and I'm gonna try to slip maybe a small dagger or something in my pocket.
Oh,
the
Messed
man,
up.
sorry, the man at the goods store said you might have some work.
Well, I do, in fact, have a few jobs, but you all look a little disheveled. I don't mean that offensively, just that you look a little worse for wear.
It's been a hard
We
2
are.
days.
we'd like to get back on our feet, and some work might be the best way to do that.
What does that supposed to mean?
Do you need assistance?
Well, hold on. I want to circle back to this whole get back on our feet thing. Is that a that a pot shot? Is that a dig at my condition?
Oh, I'm so sorry. No,
condition?
I didn't mean it that way at all. I also have a disability. My hands don't work very well. I'm so sorry. That was not intended that way at all.
That's okay. That's okay. Perhaps, perhaps you will be able to give me a hand.
That
See what
was
I did
Well
there?
incredibly
done, sir. Well done.
See what I
Wait,
did there?
so you can make jokes, but we can't?
Oh, no. Let me be very clear about this. We can make jokes. And you can't.
That's fair.
I'm kidding. Jeez, y'all so stuffy. Where have y'all been the past few days? You seem like you lost your sense of humor.
I haven't
Chip
been
is-
stuffed.
Chip is actually like maybe a couple feet just staring at him this whole time too. Not understanding any of the jokes.
Is that one okay?
No.
Dude, drop him on his head a few times, or
You know, you would think at least there would be a reason, right?
We are an unlikely group, and we ended up together by circumstance.
that is one terrible circumstance, I'm thinking.
You're not wrong. I just kind of look at the others, like with a questioning look, trying to decide whether to tell this guy or not.
I don't really notice the look because I'm trying to see what else I can pickpocket.
I'm just petting my wolf.
I forgot about the pet wolf.
Seamus has been eagerly staring at the forge and the weapon or the tools and such.
I guess I'm currently the face of the group. So, terrible circumstances it almost covers it. We were part of the reaping, but some kind of fighting broke out on the ship that we were on, and we ended up, I guess you could say, shipwrecked. That's how our little group is together. Survivors of the shipwreck and the reaping.
Well, sounds like that's something that you probably don't want the guards to know about. So I would highly suggest never, ever, ever telling anyone that story ever again.
Noted. Thank you.
Now, your secret's safe with me. I'm not going to go blabbing. I got no reason to.
You better
So-
not.
Is this one always so sour?
Chip
Yeah.
nods.
I
Like,
know.
Celeste is just like, yeah. kinda
Chip
really
even
is.
nods on that one.
Now, real quick, Dahlia has managed to pocket
Stealing from this poor guy already. Oh.
a steel punching dagger.
Yes.
I'll say it's a set, actually. All right. So let me give you the rundown. I have some spare living space that you all can kind of get some rest, sleep. It might be a little cramped with the 5 of you. Well, 5 wolf, so six, however many there are. It's going to be cramped. There is an inn. Gets a little pricey though. There is a tavern that you can get some drinks at. That's a pretty good place. I don't frequent there a whole lot, but it's not bad. But anyway, I highly suggest maybe getting some rest, changing your clothes. And then if you're interested, I can send you on one of my tasks. Relatively easy, shouldn't be too bad for a group such as yourselves. I mean, he kind of looks at Chip. Might not be bad for most of you. But at the top of the bell tower, there's a slight rodent problem. And, maybe if you fixed that problem, I could share with you a little money and possibly help you, as you said, get back on your feet.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Seamus speaks up here. I'm also very good at shaping steel and the stitching of leather.
Interesting. Well, might be able to find a extra piece of metal or two for you to practice on, Seamus.
I would like that.
I mean, I have plenty of weaponry here if you all need to purchase anything. I don't know what your gold situation looks like. I will warn you, however, that in the tavern, there are a couple of merrymakers. Let's call them merrymakers. They host some games that happen in there, and on the surface, these games may seem like a quick way to make gold, but I would be very careful playing those games with them.
Why?
It is a very quick way to lose gold.
Is it like fighting?
No, my large muscular friend, this is more of cards and guessing numbers.
Chip, I bet you're very good at that.
What's a card?
No, the numbers part.
Three.
A card is like a small piece of cardboard with a number on. Usually they come in sets with different numbers on them and different suits as well. So that might be a different symbol used for playing games.
That sounds interesting.
So, we're gonna get rid of rats and to help you to start helping you out.
I like rats.
I think that would be a good place to start. Yeah.
Okay.
Just so I can gauge.
Considering that we kind of just came off of, that thing we're not supposed to mention. We don't exactly have great weapons. Could you loan us a few? That might help.
Well, roll a speech check. Speech crafting. And he is going to roll. Yeah.
Oh.
Perhaps when the tasks that I need done get a little bit harder. But for now, they're just rats. I think you'll be just fine.
Fair enough.
I wouldn't be so sure. You have no idea how much we could fail.
A glass always empty kind of guy.
Yes.
Terrible way to live, my friend.
Well, from your perspective.
You have no goals for yourself?
Sure. I mean, yeah. raise this wolf.
But are you
Don't
not
get-
afraid that you would fail at raising the wolf?
Oh, no. No, because then I would feel like I was inadequate, and I just run from those feelings.
I'm sensing a lot of unresolved emotional issues going on here. Good
Only
news.
if you
I'm
don't
not a
think about it.
therapist. So,
We can take care of the rats and stay away from the games.
Whereabouts is the rat problem again?
that would be in the attic of the bell tower.
Thank you.
Is it right up there or over there?
It's the largest building in town.
Oh, easy. We can find that.
We've had a few young bucks who've tried to go up there and resolve the issue, and they make sure the bell works and everything. But truth be told, I'm more worried about the bell than anything. They
Right.
gnaw at the ropes and pulleys, and I'm just afraid that bell's gonna fall and come straight down through every floor of that tower.
Be kind of cool.
While you guys are talking, Seamus already left and he's looking for the big building.
I'm not gonna deny that it wouldn't be cool, but also that would be a lot of work to fix.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Likely caused quite a bit of damage on the way down.
Maybe.
Crack my knuckles, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. And I'll follow Seamus to get to the bell tower.
Before leaving, Chip is going to just physically inspect one of the wheels on the wheelchair, and then
Like
walk
get unnecessarily close. Like
no, just like by hand, just kind of touching it, seeing what it is, maybe even accidentally rolling it a little bit if he had the strength to do so.
It's a rather large fella,
Yeah.
so he's not going to be just wheeling around, but it's definitely made out of solid steel.
I put my hand on Chip's shoulder and I just say to him quietly, Chip, a wheelchair is an extension of a person's body, and it's quite rude to touch it without asking first, so probably best not to do that.
So headlock, get out of the shop.
Chip will then
Would he
turn
really need to
around.
put that much?
Chip will then turn around and inspect your hands, or try and grab them and look at them.
I'll let you.
So weird.
Why is it okay for me to inspect your hands but not the chair?
Honestly, it's not okay. You should have asked permission for that too, but I'm happy to have patience with you because I know that you're learning. My hands don't look any different. Like there's nothing detectable about my hands that looks that they would be disabled in any way. It's kind of an invisible thing.
All right. Interesting. And Chip will leave. Like literally right when the conversation might end, gone.
I like that Chip doesn't like bring a conversation to a natural conclusion. He just like walks
Just fucks
away.
off.
Yeah. Or even
How
the
many-
beginning.
How many awkward interactions can I have in a day? That's what I want.
Right.
Thank you so much, Leander. We'll be back shortly, and I've just run after everybody else.
Very faintly you hear, is that the big building?
He's just pointing to every one of them. Is that
He's
it?
not really in cities. He's usually in the woods a lot. So
That's fair.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
All right.
So I'm assuming with Dahlia's help, we can find this building.
Oh yeah, it fairly easy. Dahlia, are you like leading the charge, or are you just leading Seamus?
Leading Seamus.
Both very valuable.
There's
All
no one
right.
as big as you, big guy.
Well, okay.
So, standing in the front of the door to the bell tower, you look up toward the top. The tower is very old and grimy. It's clear the outside hasn't been cleaned in some time. Moss grows on one side of it. The creaking door opens slowly. The sound reverberates off of the stone walls and up the stairs at the far end of the room. There isn't much light inside, but there are slits in the stone wall here and there that let a little light come through. It's enough to basically dimly light this place. There's boxes and barrels that line the walls on the first floor of the bell tower, and it's unknown what lies within them. Many are kind of heavily caked with dust and not really stacked in any particular order. They're just kind of like, we need some place to store stuff. This is good.
I
Seamus,
immediately go to one of the boxes and I start trying to peek my way in and pull on like any rusty nail to see if I can get it to come apart.
Tetanus, what's that? There are 4 boxes in total. So I'm going to make a very quick roll to see which box you have approached. Okay, so this box is unlocked. Are you just peeking inside, or are you actually trying to like remove that nail and get into the box?
I'm digging my fingers in.
Okay, doing whatever you can. Got it. So since this isn't locked, you're able to pry this lid loose. There are a number of rusty nails that they used, so they're not doing the greatest of job holding it together, and Dahlia is able to just kind of flip the lid off of there. And I need for you to roll a D100 for me so that we can see what is inside. Inside of this crate appears to be some personal items that somebody in town had locked away, or rather put away, and then must have forgotten that they were in there. Because within this crate, there is a pouch containing 15 gold, and there's 20 wooden bolts. All are heavily covered with dust and cobwebs.
Sweet. I'm gonna take them.
following suit and watching, since he watched Dahlia do it, Seamus is gonna go over to like a barrel or something, whatever's closest to him.
Okay.
And he's gonna inspect the dust first. It looks like this place hasn't been upkicked for a long time. I think I saw some moss growing on the building out front. And then he tries to just pull open the lid, whatever.
So as we talked about in the pre-recording, in our pre-roll, you approach this crate and it appears to be firmly locked.
Bring it to the top of the bell
Smash.
tower. Throw it off.
No. In this particular case, seeing how he's not that dumb. He can see everything's pretty much, falling apart and stuff. He's gonna try to just use his strength and just like pop it up.
Okay, give me a stamina check, please. So it's a D100, and then you can add as much stamina to it as you have points.
Okay, I have 40 stamina points. I rolled a 76. If I need to put some in, I will.
This unfortunate scenario is you have to tell me first.
Oh, fair enough. Still learning the game.
I'm going to try and use that one in the next Shattered Dawn, though.
I'll use 10 of my points.
10 of
from
your
the
points.
40.
Okay.
Yeah.
You begin ripping at the lid of this box, and the metal and the screws and everything for the hinges are just shaking and vibrating, but this lid just does not open.
Okay. I will hold on to this. And he just kind of
Everyone,
carries it underneath
please.
his arm.
These are other people's belongings. Should we be? We're here to deal with the rats. Shouldn't we leave these belongings alone?
I just put my dust-covered fingers up in front of Celeste. I'm like, I don't think they've been here for quite some time. I don't even know
Consider
if the
it,
people who put these here are still alive.
Consider it a perk of the job.
Chip, seeing two of the members of the group going for it, will of course follow suit and go to one of the containers.
If only these were clay pots.
You wait till we go into a place.
A look of
Chip, the
defeat just
box.
crosses Celeste's face. Just okay.
It's just like in those cheesy movies. Like I'm imagining like your lips are all moving around, like as he's doing, just getting dust all over your face. Shh, 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 shh.
To be fair, I wasn't like trying to put them into her face. I was just putting them
I know.
close for her to
That's-
see. I wasn't being like,
That's just what I saw in my head. Was
It's-
like those
I did-
movies
I did
where
see
they
the-
do that.
yeah. Well, you know what? He did it. It's fine.
Chip, the box that you approach is not locked. Again, very old, very disheveled. You may be able to rip it apart with your bare hands.
Does there look to be like an opening mechanism on there, or is it just nailed in?
Yeah,
all the
just
way
nailed
around?
in the same way Dahlia's was.
I will summon a light weapon as a mace and smack it.
Well played. I'm going to say that since this is a stationary target, I'm not going to make you roll for an attack.
Thank you. That would be embarrassing.
You smash the side of this crate, and I need you to roll a D100 to see what falls out of it.
All right.
Okay, so when you smash open this crate, 4 pieces of what appear to be an iron staff fall out. They are in they're in an order that kind of like tapers. Like if you were to connect the pieces together, it tapers into, I'd say, a 2-foot rod.
I think he would just leave it. I don't
Look at all this junk.
just kind of look it over, pick it up, kind of like try and smack them into each other, like fiddle with them a little bit, and then just probably drop, not even place them, but drop them.
Okay,
I'll
if
pick up
you
what he
are
drops.
if you are actually picking them up to look at them, I need you to make a potency check for me.
All right.
Ooh.
It's an impressive rod.
Can I roll my D100 first?
David's
and then
like, David's like, I didn't put any of this in the module. Ray is so off the rails right now.
I love it.
add,
Keeps me
when
on
I,
my toes.
when I roll the D100, do I have to add it prior, or can I see the roll first before adding for the potency?
You had to add it the same way Seamus did with the stamina. You got to tell me how much you're adding, and then let me know the roll.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. It was, can I roll, see what the roll is, then add to it after the roll? Or is it done at the same time?
I mean, it should all pop up in roll 20, but yeah, like
Yeah.
typically you would put it in and like when you
Okay.
roll the dice.
Well, like if I rolled a 20, say, okay, well, I rolled a 20, I'm not going to add, or I'm going to add based on the roll. That was more the question.
Oh, no, we typically don't do that. We just
All at the same time?
all at the same time.
All right. We'll do 10. Oh. I'm just going to add 10. Wow.
1,000.
There we go. 10 to that. So,
Okay,
Uh,
so
yeah.
not bad. With the 64, you can't officially make out what they say, but in like written on these pieces of Jesus, what I say, iron staff, are like carved runes of some very old language.
In that case, then I guess I would hold it up to Celeste and just kind of like the two pieces I have in hand, just kind of like holding them up.
That's interesting. Can I? Is there a way I can see if I recognize?
You may roll a potency check as well.
Okay.
In fact, if anybody cares when Chip is doing this, and you want to take a look at it, you just need to roll a potency check. If Chip
So-
is willing to let everybody
Yeah.
see.
So when we're talking about regeneration of potency points, I'm just wondering how many I have to reserve before we go fight some rats. When they regenerate one per turn, like how long is
So
that?
that is your
over-
that is your health.
Oh, I thought
The
health was 1 per hour. No.
yeah, health is 1 per hour. Stamina and potency are your level per turn.
Oh, I
Right,
see.
David?
Yep.
Okay. So how long is a turn? Like how long would it take to regenerate is kind of my question.
Turn is about 10 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
So like 3 every 10
So-
seconds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's not bad.
Quickly enough.
We've been down here for a couple
Yeah,
minutes
that
anyway.
says
So.
18 per minute. Yeah, in that case, I'm going to dump all 60 of my potency points into this roll. I want to know what this stuff is.
We're just gonna hang out down here for a
60
few
plus
minutes.
46, so that's 106 total.
106. Oh my goodness.
Not
All
good
right.
enough.
So
Oh, you're so close.
given your Athelian background, you do know this to be a language that predates most of the Athelian experimentation. These were inscribed by the rune lords. And so, what you are holding, or what you are looking at, is 4 pieces of the rune lord's staff.
Ooh. What is that? What do I know about that?
So, what you know about that is
What you know
that many, many moons ago, there was a way of casting magic using runes. Now, a lot of that kind of translated into more modern spells like wards and things like that. But these are kind of like the grandpappy of that. It is rumored that there are 8 pieces of this staff. And when all 8 pieces are combined, it creates a weapon powerful enough to break the world.
It is a good thing Chip has that.
Chip. Oh my goodness. I think these look like pieces of the Rune Lord's stuff. Oh my
Do you
goodness.
want?
I don't know what to do with
Do you
them.
want them? And then Chip kind of like tries to collect the other 2 pieces from the ground and hand them to you.
I take them, but I just say to everyone, I don't know. This is an incredibly valuable object, an incredibly powerful object if fallen into the wrong hands. What do we do? Should we try and find out who owns it? What? I don't know what to
Chip.
do.
Chip, is there a name on that barrel?
Is there a name?
Nope. It's a very
Samsonite.
Samson. It's just a very nondescript, like very plain looking crate, almost as if somebody was just trying to like hide it amongst the other mundane stuff, hoping that nobody would think twice about it.
You won't get any yes or no nod from Chip, but he'll just look down and look back at you.
Okay. What's the floor and the walls made out of? Is it all stone?
So on this floor, the walls are made of stone, but the floor is made of wood. Very creaky, barely maintained wood.
I'm gonna push on the wall some, just to see if it's like gonna crumble if I do this.
Some parts are a little more fidgety than others.
Best not to do that. Good. Yes. So just barrel or whatever the crate is underneath my arm, and I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Punch some rats.
You mentioned there was 4, so there's one more. So I'm gonna try and dig into that one.
All right. The last crate on this floor is much like the one Seamus has. Resembles a treasure chest, has a lock firmly in place on it. It's not like a rounded top treasure chest. It's a very like rectangular style. But it's like an actual authentic one where like the keyhole is on the top, and it would take a lot of strength to turn the key to, unlock the mechanism in the lid. So this one definitely seems locked up tight. Like somebody didn't want this one gotten into.
Do you think you can carry this one too, Seamus, or is it going to be too much?
I put the other one underneath my arm too.
All right.
And I'm just kind of walking like this now.
I love it. All right. So what's
there's a stairway, I assume, right?
Yes, there's a staircase that leads up.
Does it look dark, or what's the stairs condition?
So the stairs are in about the same condition as the floor. Not super great, but not like derelict either. As far as lighting, it's much like the rest of the floor that you're on, where like light kind of comes in through the walls, like through cracks in the wall. So it's not pitch black, but it's not well lit either.
Do we have a way to we have flint and steel? And I put the chests down for a second, and I go over to where Chip had smashed the barrel, and I try to grab like the longest piece of wood I can find. And looking around, is there like anything I can use to wrap around it to make a torch? Like, is there any bits of like old curtain or cloth, or like somebody's dead in here and some of their clothes are still attached but like deteriorating?
I'm gonna say that there's like plenty of materials you can use to make yourself a torch.
Okay.
Just rip the shirt off some random skeleton.
Is there any trees still in the city, or is it like, or are they just like all outside? Okay, well,
Yeah.
Never mind then. I was gonna go look for some pine tar, but that's okay. So yeah, I just kind of wrap that up, and I make it nice and tight, and I do the flint and steel and get the fire going on it. Now we have a torch, and I hand it to Zardal, and I make him hold it.
Fine. I could just do this, and I summon the summon scimitar.
After all that.
Wait, does your scimitar glow or something?
Yeah, it's got a purplish light to it when
Well,
it's summoned.
Bury the lead, man.
Chip's mace
You looked
also
really
would have been
interested
glowing.
in what you were doing.
Oh,
I
shit.
didn't want to interrupt.
I didn't want to be rude.
Instead of actually handing it to Zardal, then since you did the scimitar thing, I just look at it and I put out the fire and I throw it behind my back. Like I just grab the
you
chest
stash
again.
it?
No, like I threw it. I put out the fire first, and then I just threw it. Like,
I love that.
I'm like, well, this was for nothing. He just got the chest and he just starts climbing the stairs. He's like, screw it, I'm just going up.
Well, I'm gonna scrabble to go grab the torch he just threw.
Okay.
Just as a backup, because you don't know if we're gonna end up getting split up, you guys. You don't.
Yeah.
Dolly's like, waste not, want not.
Freaking magic people and there's shit that they could do. It's messed up.
All right. So what was the order again? Zardal's in the front.
Both scimitars are summoned currently.
Okay.
I'll follow behind.
And I'm
at the back.
with them.
And
Alright.
Chip's probably about 5 or 6 steps behind everyone else, just looking around.
So Chip's still downstairs.
Yep.
Right. Ascending the stairway to the next floor, you can hear the sound of rats scurrying around, but you don't get a real good glimpse of them just yet because it's kind of dark in here as the weapon light is just starting to illuminate the room as you come up. But gazing around, you can see darting between some crates or some boxes that are lining the wall and some cloth-covered furniture, large rat-like figures.
When you say large, how large are we talking?
Are we talking ROSs?
Indeed, we
ROUSs, sorry.
ROUSs.
Rodents of unusual size. Compliments of Princess Bride.
So they're not like coming at you or anything, but they're definitely on high alert. They do look like they are prepared to attack. But when you get a better look at them, you can see that these rats aren't just giant. They aren't just normal giant rats. Yeah, normal giant rats. These have like
New York. Yeah.
bone-like plates that stick out of their backs and shoulders.
They're dire rats.
They are, in D&D terms, dire rats.
That's awesome.
How big are they? Like cat size or?
So nose to tail, they're about 5 feet long.
Holy shit. Okay.
Like, what's those cats called that
Right.
people get that sound like little mountain lions and they have to eat meat, but they just look like giant house cats.
Oh, like a bobcat kind of thing?
Smaller than that. We have bobcats here, right? But
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like an actual cat, but it's just really big, and they usually just eat like raw. It doesn't matter.
I want to say ocelot, but I can't. I don't know.
Oh, Megan said Maine Coon.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah.
that's what that is. Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I was thinking.
We all know what
I'm
Chip's gonna
mumble.
do
I'm
here.
gonna be like, damn it! I knew we should have asked for a deposit first.
Chip will be summoning a rabbit that will run into the middle of the rats.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yay.
Seamus in Chip's eyes really does not like rabbits and will chase them in almost every scenario, because I think there's only been one that hasn't happened.
I
You
think
weren't
it's because Celeste told me not to.
It was, yeah, because it wasn't even you chasing the rabbit. It's just every time that Chip threw in a rabbit, you came running in.
Yeah.
Oh god.
So we will
You see,
send
so
in the
if you
rabbit.
do that, if you send the rabbit in, you just see Seamus pull out the axe and go, "Hello, little beasties," and goes running up to him, like charging at him to start swinging.
Oh, the one time you didn't, you were in wolf form. So as a
That's
wolf,
right.
you don't care about rabbits.
That's right.
Every other time.
Every other time. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative, but everyone is gonna have a freebie surprise round kind of thing.
Nice.
Because the rats are just like full defense mode right now until you attack.
What's 100 again? Is it literally just rolling a 1 and 2 zeros?
Slash. Are you using Roll20?
No, I'm using my dice here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The tens percentile die and then a D10.
Yeah, so you rolled 3 zeros.
No, I rolled a 1 and 2 zeros. So I didn't know if that. So it had to be 3
That's a
zeros for
1.
100.
Three
Okay, so
zeros
I rolled
is
a 1.
usually 100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Seamus
Okay.
on a 1.
Yeah.
Is there any modifier, or is it just the straight roll that you for initiative?
Can you put what can you put into initiative?
I want to say stamina.
David?
You can technically add stamina up to your level. So,
I could add three stamina.
Yeah.
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 Would you like to add 3 stamina?
I'm gonna let it go at 1. I'll just hold on to my
Okay.
stamina to keep myself alive, I think.
Okay.
So it
What
seems
else
like
we
it's
got?
going.
50 for me.
52 for Chip.
25
Just
for
a key.
Dahlia.
And I got an 88.
88. Wonderful. All right. Dahlia, just to make sure, you said 55?
25.
25. Okay. You should have been like, yeah.
No, I actually
If you
like
say
to
so.
be a little bit more behind to observe.
So Tofu is honest, but Dahlia steals everything in sight.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean,
Playing
like
out.
as Dahlia, I like to be a little bit more behind when like if everybody else gets into battle mode, because her fighting style is to utilize what her environment is. So I need to be able to see what I can use.
That's fair. Okay, so we're going to go in initiative order, but we're going to skip the rats because it's like a surprise round. So first up would
Ambush.
be Zardal.
Well, scimitars ablazing. I am going to run up to the nearest one and swing, which will be a +5. Uh, 88 from attack,
That is a hit.
9 for my second, dealing a total of 20 damage.
20 damage altogether. Right. Okay, so this rat. Whoops.
You dirty rat.
Whoops. I clicked the wrong thing. 1 second here. Hopefully this doesn't mess things up. Oh yeah, it's kind of janking my camera up a little. All right, yeah, you slice down on it with your scimitars and it dispatches easily. So that one is done for. Next on our roster list here, we've got Chip.
Chip will be summoning his familiar in the form of a rabbit, sending it in all the way to the back of the room, basically trying to, at the same time, have Seamus chase the rabbit, and then also distract the rats.
Okay. Let me get you a little rabbit token so we can keep track of it.
Then how many squares can I move here? I don't know what the scale of the room is.
Each square. So this game works in squares, and you can move 8. I always get this wrong.
Yeah, it's
8,
8
right?
per turn.
Okay, 8 of the smaller squares.
Yes.
Okay. Then I do not see the rabbit if you threw it in, so I might have to refresh.
Still looking for it.
Okay,
You would
so
think this would be easy, but
yeah.
all right. Well, we're gonna go with this then. It's gonna be a squirrel.
All right,
Just imagine it's a rabbit.
we can just retcon all this, and it's a squirrel instead of a rabbit from the beginning.
We'll fix it in post. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right, fix it in post. I'm gonna give controlled by chip. There we go.
Thank you.
So chip,
so
you
he'll
should have control. There you go.
Yeah. just kind of right through the middle of the group of rats to the back, just trying to turn them around.
Wonderful. Okay, so that was basically casting with one hand. What would you like to do with the other?
Nothing.
Okay, nothing it is. That means it is Celeste's turn.
Okay. I'm going to first thing I'm going to do is to cast Oak Skin to give myself a little bit more armor. And then I'm going to all the while kind of looking a little bit terrified. She's going to run forward 7 squares and try and attack this rat here with how long are the pieces of this staff thing? Like how long is each piece?
Each piece is so altogether it's about 2 feet long. So each piece is about half a foot. Do y'all do
Oh,
feet?
they're tiny. Okay. Yeah, I understand feet. Yeah, that's
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So that's not
I
big enough
didn't
to
mean it
smack
that
a rat
way. It's
with.
just,
It's
you know,
1 meter,
Yeah.
1.1 or something.
yeah.
It's all right. I do understand feet. So yeah, not really big enough to smack a rat with, hey.
No, but they do connect together, the 4 pieces.
Okay. Do I have time to connect them all up and then smack a rat with this?
I'd say sure.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. When you connect all 4 of the pieces together, for your eyes only, very briefly, each rune glows, and you are suddenly mentally teleported to the top of a ridiculously high mountaintop. The wind and snow blows just absolutely fierce at the top of this mountain. And you see a stone. I don't want to butcher the word, but it's like, when people stack the stones up to make like a landmark, like a cairn.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Karen.
It looks like that, and kind of buried inside of it is the next piece of the staff.
Celeste just bit into a chocolate peppermint candy.
Yes. And then just as quickly as it came on, you are now back here in the tower with everybody else. Slight nosebleed.
Holy shit.
But you are no damage was taken, just minor nuisance. And now you can make your attack if you want to.
Yeah.
Also, your mouth
absolutely.
is dry and you're a little hungry.
Celeste just kind of shakes her head a little bit, sees the rat in front of her and goes, tries to smack it. Remind me what I do with that. It's I can add stamina to my roll, right? Is that how it works?
You can to do a power attack.
Oh, okay. But otherwise, I'm so sorry. I've forgotten how to do this.
You're good.
No, it's
Power attacks, if you want to do that, cost 20 stamina. And you get half of your bonus to your attack, but you deal double damage.
I'm just going to see what I can do without the power attack first, I think. Can you walk me through that? I can't remember if Celeste has ever actually hit anything before, so I think this is a first.
Yeah.
A first for her.
What advancements do you have again?
I do not have anything related to weapons.
Oh, okay. So yeah, this is just going to be a straight up D100 roll.
Sure. 49.
That is enough for a hit.
Okay.
So this particular piece of staff does 5 points of damage. Right? Yeah, 5 points of damage. You bonked the rat on top of the head, and it looks a little like disoriented. Like, whoa, what the heck is that? But it doesn't seem like it was enough to do like a heavy amount of damage to it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so since technically you used a two-handed weapon that was two hands to attack, and you moved all that way, so
Oh,
that
should I
would
have not
conclude your turn.
should I have not done my other spell then? I can take that back if you like. If I needed both hands for an attack on that.
Well, it's only the size of a. I'll say that it was only one-handed, so you can do a spell.
Okay, thank you.
It's not a full staff yet.
2 feet.
Thanks.
2 feet. It's a shillelagh.
I suppose you could do that one-handed, yeah.
So, what spell are you doing?
Oh, from before, I did oak skin on myself.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes. Okay. So yeah, that means that next up would be Dahlia.
All right. So I noticed the squirrel run past, and I think quickly. Okay. Trying to get Seamus's attention with one hand and wave it real fast in front of his face, and I'll be like, "Light my torch." So I'm gonna get him to light my torch. And I'm going to run up to where Celeste is, and I'm going to try and wave that torch.
Waving that torch around. Hey! Hey!
It's like that scene from Jurassic Park.
Oh my gosh, would you look at that? These rolls are terrible. No, that was not.
Nope.
How many? There's 7. Okay.
Why are there so many rolls?
So
Rats.
We're still
Lot
in
of rats.
ambush round.
this rat
Shame.
that the rat that Celeste had previously hit, like, gets fire all up in its face, freaks out and takes off running. Wants nothing to do with fire. And then this rat also runs. They like wiggle their way through cracks in the wall, doing
Damn.
whatever they can to get away.
You took my squirrel.
Yeah, he didn't need to be there. Squirrel. We got to get him back.
That's fine.
Here's your squirrel.
Thank you.
Let me make sure you have control of your thingamajigger again.
Squirrel.
There you go.
Good.
Okay. So Dahlia, essentially you got rid of 2 rats out of this group. Now, swinging around a torch is only like one action. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay, so that brings us to Seamus, the one who likes smashing things.
Well, so Seamus is going to move up here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move up here to this rat, and I'm going to, of course, take my swing at him. That's a 46. No
That
extra
is a hit.
stamina. 40. Yeah, and that'll be. Oh, sorry, I get the 5 too, so that's 51, and that's 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. That is enough to splat this rat. It makes that satisfying bone crunching sound that you like to hear.
Seamus lets out the roar. He's like, ah!
Fastura! Right. So
God.
that brings us all the way back around to Zardal.
I am going to run up to the rat closest to me, and actually, I'll kind of split the difference between two rats, and I'm going to power attack with both of my swings, which would give me a +2. Whee! First swing is a 54.
That's a hit.
20 damage. Second attack is a 98 critical hit, which means I deal 40 damage.
Well, you said you were also power attacking.
That's what I'm saying. Like, power attack is 20, and then critical is double on that.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. That one is definitely dead. You have.
They just disintegrate.
Yeah. There's a
just
cloud
like-
of rats
to, like,
now.
It's a rat mist.
Like a magic trick where you're able to just like slice it in half. It didn't even notice until it tried to run, and then it
Yeah.
just like went 2 different directions.
Oh, that's brutal.
Awesome.
Like that was a bad one. All right, now with the roll of 80, it is the rat's turn. This one closest to Zardal tries to avenge its friend. Come on. They get a +0. That's cool. Does a 26 break your armor rating, Zardal?
It does not.
All right. So it just kind of like chomps down, but doesn't break skin or anything. Like it's got the weakest bite ever. And then Celeste, this rat runs across the room, charging after you, and makes a bite. Does a 61 break your armor rating?
Indeed, yes.
All right. It latches onto your leg and deals 2 points of damage.
Ow!
That's mildly annoying.
She's like trying to shake the rat off.
Perfect. And that brings us back to Chip.
Chip will be sending the rabbit to the upper
Okay.
rat,
The one fighting Zardal.
and because the rabbit has stamina, might as well do a power attack.
Because why not?
Yeah, I believe that would just be a straight D20, or is that half of the attack rating?
Yes.
Okay, so it's +5, so round up or down?
Let's go round up.
That would be a 50.
That is a hit.
And that would be 5 damage normally, so I double it to 10.
To 10, yep.
Yep.
So much like we've seen in the woods before, your rabbit grabs hold of this rat, and despite the extreme size difference, it just goes full Monty Python and rips this rat's throat out.
Nice. And I think that will be it for Chip.
Okay. That brings us to Celeste.
Okay. This rat that's on my leg is gonna get bonked over the head with the actually no, she's gonna try doing it that way.
Okay.
Now I was just trying to quickly look up the rules for power attacking and I can't find them. So I'm
So you-
sorry, can you explain that one to me again? Sorry.
So this one is actually an interesting question that I think David might have to answer. So how would power attack work if Celeste doesn't get an attack bonus?
Oh, can I
What are you using?
Is she
the
using the
staff.
staff? Well, the half of a staff.
So she would have to attack melee with it. Like
Yeah.
you can't power attack with a spell.
Right, that's what she's doing. But
Yeah,
she doesn't
so
get
whatever.
any attack rating to it though.
well
Yeah, so she would just spend
mechanically
stamina and then double damage.
Okay. So you spend your 20 stamina, and if you hit, then you will deal double damage.
okie dokie. Does that spent stamina add on to my roll, or is it just spent in order to turn it into a power attack?
It's
Uh,
just
it-
spent to turn it into.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. That's a 68 to hit.
That is definitely a hit.
Dang.
Okay. And I think you said that was 5 damage from that weapon, so 10.
Yes. So 10.
Cool.
With the 5 damage it took previously. Oh, that was the other rat, but still 10 damage is enough to make short work of this rat's skull. And with that, all of the rats are now deceased.
Still twitching near your leg.
Oh yeah.
Celeste is like,
I'll gently pat Celeste on the shoulder.
Seamus can see that's bothering her, so he just takes his axe and he just drops it on it real quick and gets it to stop.
splash of rat.
There you go. Your eye.
The rabbit will come up to both Celeste and Seamus. I guess Dahlia is there as well at this time to see what specifically Celeste and Seamus do with the rabbit, if anything.
I'm gonna ask Chip,
Here, I'll tell you in a second.
is he friendly? Are they friendly?
Stares.
I try to catch it.
Celeste, he just ripped out a rat.
If I
Alright.
guess if Seamus tries to
mean, that's
move at
true.
it without
Yeah.
a weapon, are you just trying to bare hands catch
it's
it?
away. No, I was just gonna try to catch it. Yeah,
Yeah, it will run around the room.
Seamus is just chasing it then.
All right. That goes on for what? A couple hours?
It's how long you guys. It's how long you guys allow it to.
I think that I think there's an unlimited time on the rabbit. So
I would. It would only be a couple minutes because I could tell. Like Seamus could tell, it would make you happy-ish or whatever sort of positive emotion Chip feels.
it's not even that. It's
I
just
mean-
information. It's more
Oh, okay.
information for him to understand. Okay, now he doesn't kill them.
So this
He
is
just
just me
chases them.
messing up your whole thing because I'm doing this to, in Seamus's mind, placate you, but you're like, oh, this is what they do.
100%.
So, okay, that's awesome.
Yep.
So it's helping me out on both ends. I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Add that one to the
But
notes.
anyway,
So I'm also while that chaos is happening, with the torch still in my hand, I kind of want to look around the room.
Okay. looking around the room, you see there's a few boxes that are lined up against the wall, but these boxes are mostly broken down and messed up. It appears that they were food stores, but the rats have gotten into them already.
The tower, is there like a spot to get up outside? Like, can you like look over like a little awning or anything?
Not on this floor.
Okay, I was like, you have to go up higher.
Yep.
Seamus both chests and tries to find the highest spot.
Nice.
Could we see whether the rats that ran, did they go up or down? Could we see? Or did
No,
they just
they kind of wiggled out through a crack in the wall and then just kind of disappeared.
Is the
Okay.
crack big enough to send the rabbit through?
It is not.
Okay.
Do we need to go after the other rats? I mean, we haven't fully solved the problem, have we, if we haven't tracked them down?
Dire rats are easily startled. They'll be back and in greater numbers.
I don't think we have to chase after those specific rats since they were scared of the fire, but we should check the rest of the bell tower anyways, because we did promise we'd get rid of as many rats as we can, and that's how we'll get paid.
Seamus is already stomping up the steps with the.
Do, 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 do.
He's on a mission.
All right. So. I did not grab your rat.
That's fine. I probably would have dismissed at this point. We could say that just for ease.
Okay, so you head up the stairs and I would say less than cautiously, you ascend the stairs to the final room of the bell tower. You can hear snarls very clearly from across the room. And coming out of the darker area and into your torchlight, scimitar, mace lighting is a rat. But this one,
the mini boss rat,
of just a ginormous one.
Okay.
About
awesome.
15 feet from nose to tail. This one doesn't have like the bone plating as like an armor. This is more like as a weapon. Like the plating is angled in a different way.
Hey guys, let's make sure we ask for double the money when we get back.
Seeing this and that pop out, Seamus would put down one of the chests, grab the other one with both hands, and chuck it at it as soon as he saw it.
I love it. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
I do have unarmed, so do I just add that to it, or is like an improvised?
Yeah.
What was the thing for that?
If this kills the rat,
it's gonna be
well, I'm just trying
real
to see what my
cool.
unarmed thing
like
is.
it's
Plus
this
5.
is gonna be so crazy.
It's a +5. That's a 20. So
A 20. Yeah. So which chest are you throwing at it?
I just had the one on the left and one on the right. I don't really. Only one was descriptive. The other one was not. So I'll say it was the one you described. It was the flat chest with the lock on the top.
So it smashes against this thing's bone spikes, and it just kind of like rolls off to the side. The rat is quite upset at this, and we're just going to go ahead and keep the same initiative as before, as if combat was just kind of continuing to roll on through. And so that means we are looking at Dahlia's turn.
Okay, so seeing what Seamus had just done, and Rat seems a little bit pissed, I'm going to hide behind Seamus. I don't have control of my character.
Uh-oh.
Do I need to refresh?
Nope, I will. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I wonder if that's
I don't-
just you or if that was
I don't think any of us
Everybody.
do. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we
I
all
can't
don't.
move mine either.
Okay. Give me 1 second here. I don't know why it did that, but
And I've been renamed? Wait, do I have my character?
maybe.
No, that's my thing.
Let me zoom in so
Hold
I
on.
can see what I'm doing better here.
Here we
I
go.
see Zardal was moving.
I got you.
Yeah, I have control.
Okay. Then that's Celeste. Tofu. There we go. Okay. I think maybe everybody has control now. Except maybe Celeste.
Yeah, I don't.
There you go. Try now.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go and hide behind Seamus.
Yeah, the nameplates are a little off, but only we can see that right now. So
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And I'll end my turn there.
okay. Good call. That means we're looking at Seamus now.
So I'll grab the other chest and try to chuck it at that this time too.
Double
That's,
attack.
oh crap! I wanted to say I didn't really see this yet. I did want to say I wanted to pump it up with 20 to do like a heavy attack. That's my bad. I didn't look at this
Okay.
yet. So, that'd be a 70. Wait, hold on. 5 would make it 60, 20, 80 total.
Oh, that is a definite hit. So what is your bonus damage from unarmed?
I'm looking real quick. So it's again a +5 to heavy melee attack and +1 bonus to heavy melee damage. Your heavy critical chance is 5%. All right, so I don't know what the damage would be on that because it just says I get a +1 bonus to the damage and a +5 bonus to hit.
Yeah. So you
So,
get a
okay.
+1. So all in all, I'm gonna say is 22 damage. It breaks off a bunch of spines off of this thing. It still looks capable of fighting, but it is very badly bloodied. It's got like a limp going on now. Definitely looks worse for wear. Now, are you going to move or are you going to stay where you're at?
Because I got people. No, yeah, because Seamus has people hiding with him. He'll probably just stay right there, like he's knows to protect these two.
Okay. And that brings us back around to Zardal.
Well, as with all things, this Rat King guy, I'm gonna inch forward and then run up and just go for it, because that's what I'm about.
Unleash the fury.
Yep. So, power attacks on both, same deal as last time.
My goodness.
86 is 20 damage if it hits, and then 40 to hit would be another 20 damage if it hits.
So ridiculous. Well, I'm just going to throw this out there. I'm interested to know, how would Zardal dispatch this king of rats? Like how would that look? How would this all go down? Because the king of rats had 3 hit points.
Wait, what?
Like remaining after I threw the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sick.
That's like-
Then yeah, actually, if we're oh no, it has to. He would run up and just like. Have you ever seen a Skyrim cutscene when you like critical hit and decapitate something? That's what happens.
So descriptive.
I-
Thank you.
I was kind of hoping for a scorpion from Mortal Kombat X kind of thing.
No, yeah, that would be cool
Cut
too.
the face and then cut it again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, regardless, you dealt 40 points of damage. It only had 3. So it's now firmly entrenched at negative 37 hit points.
It sounds like I like stabbed it and then just kept stabbing it.
Yeah, there was like
There's some anger
a problem
issues there.
with your sword stopping. Yeah.
So
Um,
Seamus is going to go check to see if those chests happen to have broken open. Excuse me.
So the less than descriptive one, that one did break open. The descriptive one did not.
Okay. What?
So
need from
go
that?
ahead and roll that D100 twice.
Okay. 18. And I got an 18 the first time and 99 the second time.
Okay. So you find hidden within this chest is an iron sword. Oh, you said 99?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you found an iron sword, a pouch containing 20 gold, and then I need you to roll again.
Okay. Seamus will toss. He thinks Dahlia is probably really good with money, so Seamus tosses the pouch toward Dahlia for the 20 gold.
Excellent.
That's a 41.
41. So also in this crate is a steel mace.
Cool. So I just pick up the
The
sword
other
and the
box,
mace.
however,
Yeah, sorry.
is still firmly closed. On this final floor of the bell tower, it's kind of like suspended, like the roof of it is raised up on 4 pillars, so it's like a normal bell tower that's nice and open and everything. You can see the town bustling down below you all. But you have successfully cleared the tower of the rats.
Woo.
I would like to go and
Okay.
look at the ropes holding the bell up just to assess the damage.
Okay.
Because what's his face was worried about the bell.
I'm gonna ask either Zardal or Seamus to chop off the tail of this king of rats so we can bring it back to show
idea.
that we had what we had to deal with. That way I could ask for extra money.
What
Money.
What one do you want us to cut off? It's like a whole bunch.
Of tails?
Yeah, it's the Rat King, right? I haven't actually looked behind it. I saw you throw the thing and I just went for the head.
You did a
The biggest
fantastic job.
The
Is
bigger
it just like
the tail, the bigger we say the rat king is.
I've heard that before.
Sounds like something that would be cool 40 years ago.
I'm just gonna go ahead and write that down. The bigger the tail.
Zardal is actually
pick
really
the
good
girthiest
with
tail?
that scimitar. I will defer to him for the clean cut. I tend to make a mess of things.
Looking at the head, I've stabbed it many, many times,
So many
eliminating the
times.
ability to actually make a clean cut.
Oh, I just thought you went like you said about the cutscene. I thought you like literally just chopped his head off.
Yeah, I
It's
did, but then I
like one
just
swing, and then you just kept going.
Yeah,
Like
because apparently I killed him with the first hit, and then still swung the second.
Just
Like-
kept
like-
going.
Yeah,
Drax the Destroyer, just like ah!
Yeah.
exactly.
Like the first attack was precision, and then he just like spun the scimitars around. He's like, ice pick style.
I'm into it. But I do want to check out the plates that came off of that to see if there's anything
Ooh, good thinking.
Seamus can think of that he can use to make something with that.
I mean, they're essentially just they're like, think of them as like stegosaurus plates.
Okay.
Like they're
That's
made
cool.
of bone, but they're, you know, like kind of diamond shape almost. You could probably work it into some sort of like primitive weapon, or
Probably make a
maybe
shield
into an
out of it.
armor of some
Yeah.
type.
Or shoulder
Um,
pads.
Is it
Ooh,
like
shoulder pads.
is it like
punching
4 of
weapon?
them, or how many?
I'm
came
gonna
off?
say there's 8 of them.
Okay, I'll try to stuff them into something and take them with us. And if I may, and I'll shut up after this. I want to see about the latch mechanism on the chest. Is the latch up front? I know the lock's on the top, but is the latch up front, or is the latch like mixed into the mechanics of the top there? Like we have to put the key in, do the thing. All right, so
Yeah.
Seamus picks up the chest and looks to make sure there's nobody down there that's going to get hurt with this. Sees that nobody's down there, hopefully. And does he actually? You know what? I'm taking liberties I shouldn't be taking. I'm sorry. Storyteller, is there anybody down there that I could possibly hit
No,
with this thing? Okay,
You're absolutely fine. Like there's
All right.
nobody down
So-
there.
so I chuck it off the thing, and hopefully it's far enough up that I'll give it a little bit of a oomph. So I'll put another. I'll put. I have 20 left. I'll put 20 stamina into it, and I'll just do the thing. So if you need me to roll,
Yep.
I'll do that.
D100 plus 20.
That's plus the 5, so that's 64 plus 20, 84.
84. Let's see. With a 92, the chest
Son of a bitch!
just slams. I mean, slams into the ground, and just like it's straight up and down for a second, and then it just like falls over onto the lid.
like still together, obviously.
Oh yeah,
It's not gonna be, yeah,
still
yeah.
very
So-
much together.
Dejected, I take the iron sword and the steel mace and my
A bunch
bag
of the townsfolk are
plates.
like, "Huh."
and I walk over to Dahlia and I say, I can't open it. Do you have some sort of tool you can use to open that?
I'll be like, I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I'm sorry.
We'll take it with us, and we'll get to it eventually. But I'm glad you tried.
So, for summoning a weapon, would I be able to summon 2 wrenches? And basically, I don't know if you're familiar with the 2 wrench trick on locks, but trying to like
Yeah.
pry it using
Yeah.
the wrenches as leverage, or yeah, I guess I would try.
Well, see the problem with Seamus with that was like when he found the lock on top, he could tell like the mechanism, like you literally had to have something shoved down in there because the way to unlatch it is through like the top lock, which is indented in.
Okay.
Like you flip open the top. I'm thinking like old mid-century or like medieval style like anti-theft things where they had the thing up front, but then they had you put the top up and you had the thing there.
That is exactly your brain.
I'm
is
just
in the
kind of
right
showing.
spot.
So I'm just kind of showing Chip that like I'm miming it because the chest is down there now, obviously. But I was like, you have to stick the key in here, and it would twist, and then the latch would come off. So I don't know if the 2 wrench thing will work.
Is there anything around that could be used as a lock picking type of item?
Ray goes, if you looked over there, you'd have found the key. I don't know.
Yeah, or a key.
It's
That would
hanging
be a
on the
lock
wall the
picking
whole
type
time.
item.
So, unfortunately, in this tower, no, you do not find any kind of lock picking devices or keys or anything like that. But it does stand to reason that you may be able to forge a key at the smithy.
It just dawned on Mike that, oh yeah, we're hanging out with a blacksmith. I could probably use some tools to do it. But then also, but Seamus would have been like, oh, I tried to break it, it wouldn't break, so now I don't know what to do. So
All right. With that part concluded and the rats being dealt with, you return to Leandar to inform him of your success. And as you enter into his smithy, as before, he very excitedly sees that you're not dead. And he says, I knew you could do it. I knew you had it in you. You know, I tell you what, I'll make a proposal to you. I will, in fact, or would, in fact, like to offer you the other jobs that I have. But beyond that, I'd also like to add you all to the payroll. If you're interested. For this particular service, I feel like 20 gold apiece sounds pretty reasonable, but I'll also give you food and lodging. I'll pay for that.
what kind
That
of
sounds
food?
great.
Oh, whatever they happen to be serving at the tavern.
Oh, okay.
Your meals you'll eat for free.
Seamus whispers down to Dahlia, "Is this a good deal?"
The
He's
brains
living in
of
the
the
woods.
group.
He has no idea.
Considering that you sent us to go take care of this, and I'm pointing at the big giant pail, without weapons, I'm thinking we might need to bump it up just a little bit so we could afford better armor. So let's say 30.
You know what? You're right. I didn't know that thing was going to be that big, but obviously you handled yourselves quite well. But I agree with you. 30 gold apiece.
Excellent.
Well done. Now, you can head to go get some sleep. You can head to the tavern for some food and drink. You've definitely earned it.
Oh, I have food. And Seamus pulls out. He had picked up one of the rats that they killed at the top, and he just starts eating it like an apple.
Oh,
And that's where we're going to end this session.
Oh my.
But thank you, everybody, for coming to play tonight. And thank you to everybody who is watching and checking this out. We really appreciate your support. And we love putting this show on for you. So thank you all very much. We'll see you all next time on Naturally Shattered. Bye.
Bye.